In the NBA's high-stakes competition, where every game is a battle, injuries can strike like lightning, changing everything in an instant. And like with all major sports, they play a prominent role in the NBA. However, due to smaller roster sizes and the impact made by the game's greatest players, injuries in the NBA can be especially destructive. While every team must deal with injuries throughout the course of the season, there have been several instances in NBA history where a team has not been able to recover from a significant setback to one of their biggest stars. Here are the 5 career-ruining injuries that could have changed the NBA. Let's start with the most heartbreaking story of the NBA, Derrick Rose. In his short stint, Rose managed to take the former dynasty of the Chicago Bulls to the conference finals, going against LeBron James and his newly formed Big Three of the Miami Heat. In all the years that LeBron single-handedly dominated the Eastern Conference, we could have seen amazing battles of him going against a healthy Derrick Rose. Rose's career took a sharp turn when he tore his ACL not long after becoming the youngest MVP in the NBA at just 22. His stats before the injury were outstanding, with a 25-point average, 7.7 assists, and 4.1 rebounds, putting him in a league with the greats like Oscar Robertson. But Rose's performance level was especially remarkable considering it came 50 years after Robertson's, in a time when such high individual stats were much harder to come by. Unfortunately, Rose's physical troubles didn't stop with his ACL. He missed an entire season and had multiple knee injuries, ankle problems, and even a facial fracture that took away the explosive athleticism he was known for. Rose's intense playing style, full of hard drives and sharp movements, might have made injuries more likely for him. It's a matter of speculation what heights he could have reached if he had stayed healthy. Since his devastating ACL injury, he hasn't played more than 66 games in a season and has gone from a star player to a role player on smaller contracts. Before we move on to the second player, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Next up on our list is a player that once was described as the next Michael Jordan. The greatest wing that could have been, Grant Hill. He was part of an elite group. Only Hill, Oscar Robertson, LeBron James, and Larry Bird achieved over 9,000 points, 3,000 rebounds, and 2,500 assists in their first 6 seasons. His skill was unmistakable, twice earning the most votes for the All-Star Games in 1995 and 1996, signaling his status as a standout talent. Unfortunately, persistent foot and ankle issues starting in the 2000 to 2001 season interrupted Hill's ascent. During what would have been his peak years with the Orlando Magic, he played a mere 47 games while his teammate Tracy McGrady was rising to fame. It would have been interesting to see Hill leading the Orlando Magic against the juggernauts of the early 2000s, the Los Angeles Lakers and San Antonio Spurs. At his peak, Hill was a fast 6'8" player who could handle the ball, pass expertly, had explosive athleticism, and a soft touch near the hoop. He was a versatile wing player before it became common in the NBA, making him look like a man ahead of his time. Next up on the list is one of the most aggressive scorers and another player whose career was ruined way too soon, Brandon Roy. He started with a bang, winning Rookie of the Year in the 2006-2007 season and earning All-Star selection for the next 3, marking the heights of his brief prime. In the 3 healthy years from 2007 to 2010, Roy racked up 4,579 points, 1,135 assists, and 1,003 rebounds, shooting with an effective field goal percentage of over 50%. In those years, only LeBron James matched or surpassed Roy's overall output, a testament to Roy's remarkable performance. Roy was versatile as a guard, adept at creating shots and steering a high-caliber offense. His standout season in 2008 to 2009 saw him averaging 22.6 points, more than 5 assists, and nearly 5 rebounds, while sinking threes at a 37.7% clip. Combining his offensive prowess with Portland's 2012 draft pick Damian Lillard would have made their team an offensive giant and made them Golden State before Golden State. Sadly, knee problems began to slow him down after that season, which was his best. By the 2010 to 2011 season, his scoring had halved, and he was no longer a fixture in the starting lineup. Roy's sudden emergence as a top offensive player and the abrupt end to his career is particularly heart-wrenching because it's so easy to picture him thriving in today's NBA. Next up on our list is a player who was once selected ahead of Kevin Durant on the draft, defensive powerhouse Greg Oden. Before his fall from grace, the 7-foot center was seen as the cornerstone of a franchise, boasting the potential for Defensive Player of the Year and a formidable offensive presence. As a freshman at Ohio State, Oden was an All-American, leading his team to the national championship game in 2007. Despite losing, he put up 25 points, secured 12 rebounds, and blocked 4 shots against the Florida Gators. But then injuries hit. Oden missed his entire rookie season due to a microfracture surgery on his right knee. His return was marred by a foot injury after just 13 minutes into the opening game of the 2008-2009 season. Though he managed to play 61 games that year, he was hindered by knee problems and persistent foot issues. The following season was cut short after just 21 games by a fractured kneecap. For the next 3 years, Oden, the top pick of 2007, didn't play at all. His career became a tally of surgeries and setbacks. Oden wasn't just a center who could have been a solid starter. He had the makings of a game changer, thwarted by relentless knee issues and misfortune. Had he and Brandon Roy been spared from their injuries, the Portland Trail Blazers might very well display championship banners today. Last on our list is a 7'6" phenom, Yao Ming. Yao's career, though cut short at the age of 30, was highlighted by his selection to 5 All-NBA teams and 8 All-Star games. Yao boasted career averages of 19 points, 9.2 rebounds, and 1.9 blocks. When he joined the NBA in the 2002-2003 season, it was clear that he was far more than just a taller Sean Bradley for the Houston Rockets. Yao wasn't just another towering figure. He was a highly skilled player in the high post, known for his soft shooting touch and excellent vision. He was instrumental in leading the Rockets' defense to top 5 rankings in the 2003-2004 and 2004-2005 seasons. With his free throw shooting accuracy at 83.3% and a respectable 36.6% from mid-range, it's hard not to imagine Yao being encouraged to shoot three-pointers if he played in the modern era. However, after his 3rd season, a series of foot, back, and knee injuries began to take their toll. Aside from playing 77 games in the 2008-2009 season, Yao didn't manage to play more than 57 games in any season post-2005. He missed the 2009-2010 season entirely and played only 5 games in the 2010-2011 season, which would be his last. These aren't just tales of pain and setbacks, but also of the incredible adaptations and the shifts in team strategies and players' careers. They did more than just put players on the bench. They reshaped the NBA's landscape. These are the game-changing moments that didn't just affect the scoreboard, but also the heart and soul of basketball. Want to know more about players who changed the NBA? Find out about the 5 players who forced rule changes in the NBA.